Well, hey, my dudes and dudettes, welcome back to another episode. So as you saw with the opening credits, we're at the beach again today, specifically Biloxi Beach on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. And just want to get out of town for a couple days and, see the beach, the sunshine and the sand and all that. Although, there's a caveat to that because lately, for the past few weeks or so, there's been some kind of bacteria or something in the water along the Gulf Coast here in Mississippi. I don't know if it's all of the Mississippi Gulf Coast. I think it's just some of it. But it's, from last I've seen, it's in this area. So we're not going to go in the water, but just wanted to kind of, get out the house and get out of town. And I felt like going to the beach, get my beach fill, if you want to call it that. But so yeah, for the next, 24 hours or so, you and we are going to be trolling around Biloxi and just seeing what we can get into. See what I can throw on this vlog for you guys to watch and enjoy. So with that, let's go ahead and turn the camera around and have some fun. So despite it being an absolutely beautiful day, nice Gulf breeze coming right off the water here, there's that advisory. And what I read, I looked it up just now to get some clarification on it all, and apparently it's during the warmer months and during heavy rain, which is we're going through both of those right now, so not many people in or near the water, if at all, but still beautiful. You can still hang out on the sand. Check out this lighthouse. I think that's the one I visited before, the last time I vlogged over here. Pretty sure that's the one. There are a few here though. Such a beautiful day. I wish it was not quite as hot as it is, but the silver lining is that there's always a breeze coming off the water, so it makes it a lot more bearable compared to when you're more inland, All right, so you guys know, for the most part, who've been watching this channel, that I'm not too much of a diva when it comes to really anything. I'd say the only things that I'm really a diva about is maybe my coffee, and I wouldn't even call it being a diva. It would just be, I'd call it being particular. But this room at the hotel that I booked was a big old nope. As soon as I walked in, and I had my suspicions when I pulled up to the place, because you never know what you're getting when you're looking at these places online, You can go off of reviews, but, one review is good, then the next one's not so good, and then the next one's good, and then the next one's not so good, so you just never know. And the pictures looked okay, and so I went with it. And it wasn't like super cheap, it was, mid-range price. But when I walked in and saw that room and smelled the room, it was more so the smell than the look. It looked a little dingy, but it was, for the most part, about 99%. It was about, as clean of a room as you could get visually, but the smell was terrible. And I just couldn't deal with that. I was like, it smelled like an old dingy, like menthol-ish sort of urinal cake, like a legit urinal cake is what it smelled like. I said, there's no way I'm staying here tonight. I'm not sleeping in that bed. So kind of bit the bullet there, lost a few dollars on that one because I didn't get the protection like an idiot, like the cancellation protection or whatever, because I was like, why do I need that? So sometimes I do get that. Depends on what the trip details are and all that, but I didn't do it for this one. So I kind of lost my butt on that, but I just turned around. I left the key on the table, walked right back out, took my stuff with me, and I booked another room at a Holiday Inn right on the beach in Biloxi, which is much nicer, and it's right here on the beach. So it's a win-win. Except for the $150 that I lost, but sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and say it's not worth it, So on to the actual hotel we're going to stay at. I didn't want to show you guys that last hotel because I was just such in a hurry to get out of there. I wasn't even thinking about filming. It wasn't worth it. So I'll show you where we're actually going to stay tonight. How about that? Look at this excellent view. And the ironic thing is that it's been saying all week that it's supposed to rain, a good bit of rain out here all weekend. and there's hardly a cloud in the sky, although it did say that there's some thunderstorms possible in the next couple hours, so we'll see. But no complaints so far, except that I just spent about 45 minutes going out of my way just to see that dirty hotel, just to turn around and come right back. So you live and you learn, you know. Sometimes it's worth it just to spend a few extra dollars to get that nice room. And check out that trolley down there, you see it? Right in front of the Sharkhead's place. But anyway, guys, let's keep the adventure going. Still have a few hours of daylight left and I want to make the most of it, so let's do it. Check this out. I wonder if anybody lives in here. It's got to be for show. Okay, Matt, so if you just have a little patience, the questions will answer themselves. So, looks like it's part of the bar here. That's pretty sweet. Look at that. Just look at it. It's part of the South Beach Biloxi Hotel. So I guess it's part of this. Right here on the beach. I'll tell you what though, I'm loving the Sharkhead's place. I think it's probably a big souvenir shop or something. I haven't been inside of it yet, but it's pretty neato from the outside. Look at this big boy here. This is quite the entrance. And it says 2026 on the sides right there, so I guess this is brand new, or maybe revitalized or redone. Maybe tomorrow. I'm sure they'll be open tomorrow because it's going to be Saturday in the morning. So maybe I'll come take a look at it inside with you guys if it's open. Well, happy Saturday morning, everybody. I hope you all slept well, because I did not. I don't know what it is about these hotels. As nice as the hotels are, they always pride themselves on the nice beds, comfortable this and that, all the amenities, but 0% of the time do these hotels have nice pillows. And my neck and head were just killing me last night. And but I'll be fine. But man, I got a cool story to tell you guys. Well, not really cool, because it's kind of unfortunate for who it happened to, but man, I was sitting there. You saw the view from my room, so I was kind of watching the weather last night. It was bad. It was like torrential rainfall for like 3 hours straight. It was heavy. And so I am watching the weather, and all of a sudden I hear sirens. No big deal. Then I see the lights, and I notice, man, those lights look pretty close, like they're here. And I'm looking right over the front of the hotel, like where the where the drive-through part is, where you unload and check in the front office and all that. So sure enough, there's a fire truck that's pulling in. So I'm thinking, man, what's going on? Are we on fire or something? And so so I was curious. So I give it a few minutes and I go walk around, and there was, between floors 1 and 2, there was an elevator stuck, and there were people stuck, or somebody stuck inside the elevator. And there was firefighters on floors 2 and 1, like communicating to the people in the thing. And so I went back up. Well, I kept walking to go back to my room. So I was like, well, man, let me see. And so I was still curious, basically. So I kept walking around. Plus I want to get out the room, because I've been sitting in the room for like 2 hours, 3 hours by that point. So I wanted to stretch my legs and stuff like that. So I was walking around. So when I got back down to floor 1, oh no, that's not, I was going to the lobby to get something to drink. That's what it was. So I went back to the first floor, went to the front, came back. And by the time I came back, or passed up where the elevators are on the first floor, because I had to pass that up to get to the stairs, because the elevator wasn't working. And by that time, I saw that the carriage, or the elevator, whatever you call it, thing was open on floor 1. So whoever was in there got out, which I was relieved about. I'm sure, it's gotta be a freaky thing. So that's the first time in my life I've ever seen somebody
or not, I didn't see them, but like I've seen a situation where somebody's stuck in an elevator like that in person. So crazy night. Nice hotel though, no complaints. I mean, the amount of weather we got last night, I'm thinking something maybe short-circuited, but maybe a panel or something like that. It was heavy weather. And so, and I'll flip the camera around here in a second, but it's very gray this morning. Definitely like, the hangover of bad weather from the night before. You can see water all over the place, like on the road and stuff like that. So, but I expected it when I knew I was coming out here on a rainy weekend, but it was still nice to get out of town. I got to get back to town. I got to get back home at a decent time. So I don't know how many more stops or where I'm going to stop on the way back to finish out this vlog, but hope you guys are enjoying it. It's a relaxing weekend, relaxing vlog. So yeah, we'll see what the rest of this weekend holds. That was only on Friday night. So I got 2 more days off. Who knows what the rest of this weekend's going to hold, huh? But I guess we'll find out. Hey, let's go see if Shark Heads is open. So as you can see here, how gray and how completely overcast it is right now. And surprisingly, there's quite a few people on the beach. I don't know if that's a Saturday thing or a weekend thing. I mean, I usually come on the weekends here, so maybe it's just that there weren't many people here yesterday because it was a weekday, I don't know. But there's still some pretty dark clouds in the sky, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot more rain to come this weekend, but unfortunately, I have to head back home, but I always loved the Mississippi Gulf Coast. It's like a second home to me almost. Lots of great memories here. So that was pretty cool, huh? It was kind of like I expected, a big souvenir shop, but there was actually some pretty cool stuff in there. Man, it's just overcast enough that I need my sunglasses, but when I put my sunglasses on, it's almost too dark because there's no sunshine out. I don't know what to do. First things first, before I hit the road, I'm so sleepy and I need coffee. And it's a cafe au lait day today, so I'm going with the warm stuff. Lots of activity going on the beach today. A lot of digging and a little bit of everything. Now, for most of you guys, I know around the world, around the country, Starbucks is like, the standard, the place to be. But I know that in different corners of the world, you guys have your staple coffee shops and all that. Like where I'm from, we have community coffee, or CC's, what they call it, the coffee shops, and it's excellent coffee. Also in my hometown, we have this new place. It's a locally owned business, and there's a few different locations, but it's locally owned, and it's called Jet Coffee. Shout out to Jet Coffee if you're watching. But I don't usually give shout outs in my videos, I guess, huh? And so, but when you're out of town, when I'm out of town, I typically just go to Starbucks. And I'll tell you one thing, their cafe au laits are pretty good. They call them mistos, but the cafe au lait at Starbucks is actually pretty good. And what I've been getting, and I got it today, and I've gotten it many times, is the bacon, egg, and Gouda sandwich. It's actually pretty good. And I get that a lot of the times when I'm driving through Starbucks and hitting the road and stuff. So now we're entering Gulfport, the city of my childhood, where we would come every summer. My grandparents had a timeshare at a condo right here on the beach. And we would come every summer, usually every June. And Hurricane Katrina took it out. So sad. And I've talked about this on other blogs before when I was in Biloxi in the past, so I'm not gonna really necessarily need to go through all the scenery and stuff, but this is the part I actually love the most, is seeing all the really pretty, stately looking homes on the beach here coming up in a minute. And I believe it was right around here. I think this was the spot where the condo once stood. And it's so sad to see because it's just a big empty lot now. I wish I could convey the magic of those times. We had a 2-bedroom condo that my grandparents had a timeshare on for many years. And let's see, I'm the second oldest of 18 first cousins on my dad's side alone. So there were some of my little younger cousins that weren't even born yet when we were going to vacation here every year. So I'd say at least at that time, I was the second oldest of around, let's say, 15, 16. And over the years, new ones would be born like almost every year. Like we were having babies almost every year in our family. It was kind of the way it worked. But as you can imagine, it's a 2-bedroom condo. My grandparents, they got one bed, which is probably the king or queen bed in the master bedroom, if you want to call it that. And then the other bedroom was basically reserved for whoever was pregnant. And it sounds funny, but it's true. Throughout the 1980s, see, but my oldest cousin was born in 77, and then me in 1980. And I was like the cork, because there was a 3-year gap between Kyle and me. But after I was born, it seems like there was one or two every year for at least 10 years, at least. Now, of course, it wasn't 2 a year because we don't have 20 or more cousins, but it's pretty much was like that. Like every year to year and a half, a new one was born. And so we had a condo, which was not that big. We had a decent living space and a kitchen area, little dining room table and stuff, and then the hallway on the side where the 2 bedrooms were. But we packed that condo with the entire family. So all my dad's parents, his siblings, all of us cousins, we were sleeping on the floor, the couches, whatever we could get. And you didn't get a bed unless you were the grandparents or if you were pregnant. And that's how it was. And we loved it. It was so magical. Like I always loved, to this day, I still love seeing my cousins. We were always super, super tight, super close family, and got along great. And it was always a great time. So looking forward to every summer, every June, when we could come and spend, 7 days or so at the beach with all my cousins for a week straight. It was heaven. We had the best times. We do like talent shows every year. There's like always like this, I don't know, the 3rd or 4th night of the week we would have a talent show. And there's like multiple different acts in the talent show. So some of the girls would do something, some of the boys would do something. Sometimes we'd join together and do things. And we did that every year for the parents and the grandparents. And so, and of course we spent all day, every day at the beach and at the pool. Just wonderful times. We all brought back hermit crabs back to the condo. So on the back balcony, the back porch balcony, we had, 18 million hermit crabs crawling around that we'd bring from the beach. We always had all of our bathing suits hanging on the balcony to dry for the next day. And of course, the next day they're never quite dry all the way. So we're putting on freezing cold bathing suits just to go back in the pool and go to the beach the next day. They'd pack us in for lunch. Lunchtime, they'd put us in a line like a soup kitchen. They'd line all of us kids up, and all the moms and dads and stuff there in the kitchen, preparing like lunch and dinner and basically 3 meals a day, basically. I think we would do it light for breakfast, but we'd do lunch and dinner. And they'd line us up in the condo like it's a soup kitchen. All these kids, like these little poor homeless kids that are just waiting for their meal. It's so funny. Great memories, man. Great memories. I hope each and every one of you has something to look back on in their life where they had experiences like that, where they got to, you know, just that a magical time in their life where they got to experience that either once or multiple times, like I did, and it was just so fun. It's definitely sad to look back on and know that those days are over. But what memories we had, though.